Hey guys, it's Jen with Lady Tarot. How are you? It is Sunday afternoon and I am coming to you to help you out this week, give you an idea of what to expect, maybe what the energy is conducive for. Geez, okay, we're already starting to talk. So, oh, and you know what? I needed to get these words. So this is a, it's going to be kind of a combo between words that I channeled and for you specifically and tarot. So let's see. Give me just a second. I wrote them down, or I jotted them down here. Okay. So I'm going to give you these words, and if you want to keep track of them or can blow them off, whatever, but they might plant a seed this week. They might take your intuition into a direction that might help you answer some questions. You could be dealing with this right now. I originally did this for February, but because I asked about February, but if this energy could be here right now, starting with this week. So Aries, for you, I got Phoenix. And when I got Phoenix rises from the ashes on that one. And I got flames, fire, backless, MUAH, sniff out, KC, so initials K and a C, and fried, freed, and motor. So, yeah, those are just what came to me as I was doing your pre-shuffle of what to expect. So along with those words, we have cutting, and I'm going to try and make these reads a little faster than my 4-hour videos. Karmic, meeting, and the runes card is Thurisaz in the reverse, which is danger, defenselessness, betrayal, evil, lies, and malice. So we're going to look into that. But what I got when I was channeling and had pulled these cards, karmic is about a lesson. So there could be karmic people in our lives. There can be karmic relationships. Speak, Jen. Karmic situations. It are lessons that we're learning or that we are closing cycles from learning lessons and being able to, take from that into the next cycle. It looks like potentially this week that you're going to be having a lot of conversations or talking to people, discussions, maybe coming to agreements. It looks like with the cutting and these all did just shuffle out like they were. I obviously don't ever hand choose my cards. I thought that was really interesting that these two came out together, but for this read, in the same read. But cutting is about cutting out unhealthy habits, people, toxicities, and I shuffled this out first and then this one came out. So along with karmic, meaning lessons. Now, karmic lessons can be, karma can be either positive or more challenging. With meeting, cutting, and Thurisaz in the reverse, this could be very heated discussions. This could be arguments, conflict this week. It could be these could be things within yourselves, lessons within yourself, that, you're going to be meeting with people or talking with people this week, but also potentially identifying within yourself what things have been unhealthy, have led you to have to learn these karmic lessons. Okay. And I want you to be careful. These mega cards that I get, okay, the Mega Oracle, they're the ones, that's my stack that's really, really, really thick. These cards, the relationship that I have with them, they are very specific, very, very specific, very literal, very detailed. So I don't want to panic anybody. I just want to make you aware that potentially somebody around you could be betraying you. They don't have good intentions. It seems like from these cards that all were more of the heavier energy, except for mating. I'd just be careful around people. Keep your lines of communication open, keep your wits about you, really look into the fine details, the fine print of things. And if you need to cut people out or situations out from, your life because you've learned a lesson, or they're not good for you, or you could be struggling with, certain people that might cause issues for you. This can be personal. This can be in personal relationships. When this meeting card is here, it could be, I thought of business meetings. It could be people in business, at work, that potentially need to be removed or on your way out of your life. I was trying to look at the words that Phoenix. To me, your words are very much so Phoenix, BACKLESS, sniff out, flames. Yeah, Phoenix and flames together. Motor. The motor was the word I was channeling with that. I had heard a vehicle, so it could be. What I'm getting from those things are that there's going to be conflict, or there's going to be disagreements, or some type of discussions that might be more challenging or heavier, or you might find out that somebody is not doing you right. And the motor, I'm thinking that potentially, maybe somebody goes somewhere, leaves the situation, freed. That was one of the other ones. Fried, I don't know what fried is. Unless it's in business and somebody was fired and I got the word fried, I just channeled exactly what I got and was typing as fast as I could what came to mind. So you do have fire. So again, those words are Phoenix, flames, fire, backlash. I don't know what MUAH is. Sniff out, that would be prevalent. KC, our initials together, KC, fried, freed, and motor. So anyways, I'm not going to, I'm going to let you use your intuition on those words. What I will do is put the words on your video so that you have a trace back to those words. And the point of that is that the message that you get is a confirmation of potentially, to validate your intuition or validate the message that might be coming across to, give you an idea of, things that might come up that you can maybe avoid or handle better, or, just on my last videos, and I'm going to press this all year long, the entire time that I'm on YouTube, however long that is. Intuition is your very best friend. Intuition is what you have to have when there is so much confusion, not only in messages with all readers, including me. Somebody could be very confused about any reads that I give, and I want them to use their intuition. I want you to use your intuition. I want you to use your intuition in the reads this week, with any warnings or possibilities or options, anything like that, I want you guys to start really recognizing that voice, your voice within you, those fleeting voice, you know, those fleeting voices. And I'm not talking about like voice, you know, hearing voices, but however you connect to your intuition, if it's a feeling, if it's a word, if it's a, you know, I don't know, just a suggestion, you know, in your own head, but remember, get rid of ego, get rid of logic for a moment while you're trying to listen quietly for intuition, and trust it, believe it, don't doubt it, because remember, you created this, you know the answer, it's your intuition who's trying to connect the two. And I went over that in my video previously, but just ego and fear need to be pushed aside, and you just need to listen and trust and don't doubt, and then take action on, you know, if it's time, on what that is that, you know, that really clicked for you, that you connected with, that your subconscious and conscious, you know, came together and gave you the answer that you were looking for. So anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, I think I kind of am, I don't really plan that much for my readings because I really want to just kind of channel or go with what is being brought to me and the energy at play. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Celtic spread, and we're going to move this right along so that you're not here forever. Okay, so this is going to be, that's going to be your current situation, and this is your block this week. I'm actually going to turn these like that. That'll probably be good. You can still see them. All right. This is, well, I'm supposed to turn that over for a reason. Oh, see, look at that. Betrayal. Okay, this is going to be your, this is your subconscious, okay? So ego, you know, underlying feelings, thoughts, messages. I don't know why I'm turning some of these over. There's got to be a reason. Maybe I need to read those first for you. Usually I start with the current situation, but I guess we'll start with the ones that I turn over. This is your future, near future. So we'll make this by the end of the week. So this is just a weekly spread, potentially. Again, that's the way I'm setting it up. But if this isn't this week because you're on a different timeline, that's fine. Just whenever you find it, you know, the message will come to you when you need it with what you need. You know what? I'm going to move these over because you can't see them very well. I just noticed. Okay. Then we also have what's in your external environment, what's internally. So we've got ego and you know, intuition, what you can be like keen into. This is your hopes and fears, potential block, maybe we could talk about. And this is the potential final outcome. You know, if you can get past this block, we're gonna go ahead and play it like that. Okay, so I'm going to read these first because I turned them over. So in your past, it looks like potentially there has been some challenging times. Maybe this is something that you're stuck in your head about. On this card, so I'm going to show you these cards too, sorry. You see the lock and chain. I think maybe you have felt locked down, that you have felt chained up, harnessed, trapped. Could be trapped in your head, trapped in situations, trapped in a job, trapped, you know, in a place that you're at, in a home situation. Show me, what is betrayal? Entrapment. So pregnancy, money, heartstrings. Somebody could be intentionally trying to keep you stuck for whatever reasons, you know, monetary reasons. They don't want to let you go. They're heartbroken. The card is, she is pregnant on here. So maybe there was a betrayal of, well, there could be just a lot of situations. You know your own situation. Again, use your intuition. And this needs to go like this. So, okay. And again, this is past. So this could be, this is nostalgia. Self-love. Okay. So this to me is potentially a betrayal of something in the past, maybe a past pregnancy, a past situation involving pregnancy, children, money, love, relationships, and the nostalgia, the looking back on that. Somebody was betrayed, or you betrayed somebody, you know, in the past, and feel potentially heartbroken or reminiscing about some type of relationship in regards to something that you felt stuck in, or that a situation that happened to you in regards to pregnancy, money, or heartstrings. And this is going to require you to start really trying to heal within yourself whatever this situation was. And so usually, again, I don't get to that card for a little bit, but we're going to go here to the at the head of the matter. So there's a lot of pressure from something built up within this. And you know what I usually do as well, and I forgot to do, is I'm going to pull a card on what this could be based around this week for you. Okay, so we're talking all aspects of life, honestly, you know, relationships, kids, or whatever, but financial support. So the bottom of the deck, after I shuffle, the bottom of the deck is usually, this could be something coming that you're not aware of, or this can be what the read is about. Usually the relationship I have with my cards are that the bottom of the deck is what the read is about. So this could be money, entrapment of money, finances, for whatever reason. It says child, alimony, or government. So there could be a situation that maybe some things were not done correctly or very nicely with betrayal. But that's what it's about. It could be about financial support. And take this, again, don't take my read or anybody else's read, you know, literally, unless it resonates that way, but take it more as this is the energy that is present and around regarding you and or people in your life or in this angle, and this could spark some thought of some way to handle a situation if this is your situation, if this resonates at all. So this pressure cooker, rage ready to explode, it feels like it's heavy energy. Things need to be discussed. They need to be talked about. It needs to come out. That's interesting that jumped out. I think what I'm getting is that so when we don't talk about things, when we don't discuss things, when we don't put things out on the table, we repress, we hold back saying anything. And if you do that over time, being able to discuss things and converse and talk about things is energy. And so when you harness that and you pull back and you repress energy and you just keep doing that and piling on, that energy has nowhere to go. Either you lash out at somebody else, you spend your life angry, or, you can talk about it, within a reasonable time to get a lot of that pressure that's built up, at least relieved a little bit. This literally jumped. Okay, so we're talking about signs and synchronicities, my last videos. This card, you saw it jump and it ended up on the cutting karmic okay, and cutting, I think it was like that. So that's a synchronicity or a sign to me that potentially what this card, so passion, this very well could be that there's a catalyst or a potential of fueling a fire, fueling a desire to get these karmic lessons or these karmic people in your life, and you're recognizing and realizing that potentially they need to go. The lesson's been learned. You have dealt with some really heavy stuff, obviously, but this is a good time in this energy to take advantage of closing up those cycles with karmic people, with karmic ties, cutting cords of things you've hung on to. Maybe there's a real drive this week to look at those things and address if that's something that you need to do. And what I'm telling you is that the energy this week, you know, we have really heavy energy starting in 2023, obviously, you know, and so this year is going to move fast. The energy is going to move fast, and we need to be making, you know, we don't have a lot of time to sit and really contemplate for a really long time on some things. We do need to take advantage of the energy that's available, and the alignments of the planets and what's happening around us to really hone in on our intuition and listen for the answers to take care of issues, take care of problems, get things wrapped up so that we can move on. So I'm not going to pull any more cards on that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Is that there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of passion, there's a drive, a catalyst, maybe potentially in arguments, this meeting, it's going to fuel a fire that brings about that moment where somebody leaves, somebody decides to cut out certain people, certain things. Please be careful and take care of yourselves, and all things work out. Aries, you are fire. So fire on fire on fire is a lot of fire. So just take care of yourselves and just be responsible. Watch yourselves and watch the people around you as well. Okay, so the current situation that I usually read is, and I don't know why you needed those messages first, but the current situation looks like maybe this says pretending, fake, living beyond means. This just goes right along with maybe betrayal to me, is that things are not as they seem. Situations, jobs, people, relationships are not being honest with you, or you could not be honest with other people. It can go both ways. The energy can go either way. Or this could be somebody that you are dealing with, a boss, or, it's your situation. So use your intuition. If this is resonating, you'd know by now. Okay, so we do have, so you have crickets. So there hasn't been communication. That's why we're talking there needs to be to release this pressure. Silence, non-action, nothing's been really being done about whatever the situation is. This is plugged, tuned in, internet connected. There could be online dealings that, or getting connected within yourself to start realizing, these, or this is what's going on now. Maybe you've realized, or you realized this week that these are things that you're really going to need to start paying attention to. Looks like bounty hunter, chaser, hot pursuit. To me, this is my card of maybe like that runner chaser type of dynamic. Somebody wants your attention. Somebody is, don't take my cards literally because some of them can be really scary. But be aware that maybe somebody just really wants to get your attention. They are, you know, they could be, hopefully, you know, it could be just that there is something or somebody that there needs to be attention or situations addressed, because maybe you feel the pressure that they are waiting for answers, or, you know, your boss could be waiting for certain things, and you're feeling that pressure. Maybe this is just that you feel the pressure of somebody who has been on, you know, at your doorstep, or, you know, just constantly on your mind, or who's been in your energy, and that has caused a lot of pressure, and it's starting to really, you know, like affect what's happening with you. And you did get the happiness card, wholeness, overjoyed, and smiling. And to me, this is such a positive, this is like the sun card in the tarot. It could be a Leo that you could be dealing with any signs. I read signs through oracle cards as well. They don't have to just be tarot cards. But with this happiness card, which is polar opposite of these cards, I would say that this is what you're wanting. This is what it's such a shift. There's a shift that's happening within you right now. There is a desire to blossom, bloom like this flower, and become happy. And with this shift of cards from really heavy cards to lighter cards, I really think that maybe that is something that's happening in you currently, is this wanting, this desire for happiness, and for it's something's awakening in you, that you don't have to live in this dark energy, in this darkness around people, around situations. You don't have to have people and situations in your environment. And frankly, again, I say, and I've said this before in another video, that negative energy feeds on itself. So the people that you're around, the situations that you're around, the environment, anything that you're dealing with, if it's a toxic work environment, if it's a toxic family, that, you know, that people need to kind of check themselves. If it's, you know, if you're being toxic, I mean, I'm going to call you out if you know, that's something that you need to address, because I want all my reads to be real, and I'm real. But you know, honesty, realness, you know, stepping up, being transparent, being true. You can shift things around for you. You can't control anybody else. You can't, you know, say what they're going to do, but you can certainly not have to stay in that environment. You can leave. You can remove yourself, and you have every right to. Nobody decides for you what you do and what your choices are and which direction you should go. Nobody should ever tell you that, no matter what the situation is. These three cards, these three cards popped over, but it's weird because they must have popped back over. So I don't know. We're going to look at those in just a second, though, because they did something, so I need to take a peek at them. Your block, though, this week, oh, wow, interesting. So you have like snow and cold, and then you have the fire. So this could be you're feeling out in the cold, maybe because of no communication, somebody's not talking to you, or you're not talking to somebody. You're frozen. The block is just feeling stuck, feeling frozen. When in the wintertime, there is that sense of everything just closing up, constricting, right? So that's your block. This week is you might feel left out in certain situations. You could feel left out of a job situation or a job opportunity. You could feel left out from maybe by switching this within the switch that's happened within you, where you're starting to fuel up to take some action, or to, because fire is about taking action, the wands in the tarot is about taking action. With this, somebody is making you feel like, or trying to keep you stuck, trying to keep you here, freeze you out, just make you feel like you're out in the cold, or that's something that you don't want to happen, and so you're worried about that. Okay, what's this called? Okay, so friendship. So there can be friendships or relationships within your, you know, energy, within your life, that you feel like you have been iced out, that you have been left out, that you're leaving somebody else out, that you're not wanting to face. But it's in regards, you could also, and this is interesting, so you could be you could live in an area, you know, with the beach and the water, you know. It could be summertime where you're at if you're watching internationally, or you could be somewhere where there's a lot of snow. But that's two dynamics there as well. Maybe with the switch, things have kind of taken a turn, or kind of adjusted to where there's a, you know, things aren't lining up. You're different. You're changing. You know, that person is moving. So you could be worried about leaving. You could be worried about moving forward, but it looks like with the dynamics of beach and cold, that this is, you know, it could be a block of the fact that you and a friend are not seeing eye to eye, that your alignment with them is now changing because you're changing, right? I love this happiness card here. This tells me that this is the direction you're heading in. When this happiness card is right here, maybe you've gotten through all this and you're happy right now, and you're making decisions, or maybe this happened last week, and you know. So I love that the happiness card is here. It gives a lot of hope that you can have this. So in your subconscious, again, it's about communication, meeting with people, commitments, contracts. I'm feeling like maybe there has been, or is, maybe contracts that have been made that are not, they were not originated with good intent. That could be the betrayal. That could be the evil part of the situation. No matter what that is, you know, bad real estate, bad job, you know, tricking, somebody's tricking you, or you're tricking somebody. That's kind of what I'm getting, like with these contracts, or, you know, if this is what's in your mind, it could be that contracts are being broken, or they're not going to be held up, you know. What keeps coming to me is, look at the intent of what this is about, and if the intention is good and not evil, so opposite of that, right? Because we're getting like, and I talked about this in a video too, this energy with the new moon is a lot about flip-flop. So if the intention of this contract was intended for good, then be aware of that. It could be just that contracts need to be signed, meetings need to be held, discussions, conversations need to be had about what these contracts are, what these proposals are, maybe coming to compromise, right? But on the opposite, on the flip-flop of that, since you are changing, since this is, you know, since this is flipping, and you have the Thursdays in reverse, and you have, and that says evil, you know, this could be contracts with ill intent that were created, offers, proposals, agreements, good old boy handshake, whatever, that were made to benefit one party and to harness or to what I'm getting, to keep the other person stuck. Hence the cold, hence that's the block. This contract, these contracts, proposals, agreements, or whatever could be a block for you because somebody intended it to be that way. So that's what I'm getting from that. Could be having a lot to do with financial woes, financial worries, financial sacrifices that will, you know, that might have to be made, or hang on. So past happened history. So this does tie into the past of this, which, so past contracts, past agreements, past legal type of situations. Are tying you down. They have a hold on you. This is what's in your subconscious. This is what might be worrying you, or you're trying to figure out answers for, or it could have a lot to do with the passion. It may be the relation with something that's happened in the past that, and it's come about. Again, harnessing your dreams, because this new moon, according to my, you know, my videos that I put up yesterday, the new moon is about dreams and individuality and nonconformity and moving forward and being able to progress. And Mercury now going direct is about taking baby steps in that direction. So what's on the table, either communication, discussions, these are things that are in your subconscious that need to be handled, okay? Need to be dealt with, need to be figured out, okay? So in your external environment, you have release, which is the same as this card. Blues, look at that. Okay, now blue in the color chakras is throat, which tells me that discussion, talking, things need to be talked about, things need to be released. It's time for whatever it is in your life that is not good and is causing you pain or heartache or sadness or needing a change. The energy is there. Do with it, do whatever you need to do. This is, you know, based on your own intuition. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. I'm just saying that the energy's there. This looks like a situation. This could be very specific. This could be for the, you know, for the collective, but it looks like externally, either you're being released from something. It could be contracts you're released from, or you need to release something. Maybe you need to let somebody off the hook with a contract. Let's see. I still don't know what to do with those three cards yet. I don't know what they did. They did something in my hand, but I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I'm going to try and wrap this up. You wish to be released. You hope. So this is, the way that I read these is releasing because of hope for a potential romantic, business partner, a friendship, a soulmate, somebody, you know, potentially you're hoping that there is some freedom. Balloons are a lot about freedom from something that's kept you weighed down regarding, you know, this looks like a child, contracts with children, with love, freedom, independence. So that's what's around you right now in your external environment. These are things that are either happening, need to happen, that you're thinking about, that has to take place before this happiness. I mean, this is current, so it's current energy available or currently happening with you. The next one is internal. So apology looks like either somebody owes you an apology, you owe somebody an apology, something has been done, maybe for this betrayal in the past. Clearing that up, cleaning that up has a lot to do with karmic ties, karmic lessons, where we bring ourselves to a point, or others bring themselves to a point where this is justice, right? Bringing justice to you, to somebody else. Let's look at, oh, look at that. Okay, I know what they are now. So I put these cards down right here, and when I flip that over, they're in line with apology. So these cards, I think, belong to these. So let's see. So you have desire, lust, sexual chemistry, pop-up, so spontaneous, unexpected, surprise visit. And okay, so here we're talking in our head again, feeling weighed down, anchored. The card, where's the card? Oh, the betrayal card has a lock on it. So feeling locked up, tied up in your head. Okay, so this is what I'd say about this. This could have been very much dealing with any types of relationships, relationship challenges, people, thoughts, the nostalgia, coming, you know, like this is something that's been bothering you and it's been building up with this pressure. But I want to tell you again, this is ego. This is in your head. This means that you're stuck in analysis paralysis. And it won't ever subside unless you actually start talking things out, you know, cry if you have to, scream, you know, do something productive that's not going to hurt anybody else. But this energy that's within you, these repressed feelings that are within you are stuck in your head, causing you to go around and around and around and around and around. And you need to stop. We talked about this too. Stop thinking for a minute. Just stop yourself and pull yourself back and listen to the intuition, that's your intuition coming to you, of how you can actually break this cycle, break what, you know, this pattern in your head. Because again, like I said in my videos, your head, your brain, your mind wants to keep you stuck. It is so happy that you're stuck there. It's not going to give you answers. It's happy you're stuck there, because as long as you're stuck there, your brain says you're not going to move. You're not going to take any action. You're not going to do anything. So I don't have to worry about keeping you safe as long as you're stuck. So that's why your brain goes around and around and around and around, is because it's like, yep, whoopee, we're on a merry-go-round, you know, is what your brain says. And we're never getting off as long as, you know, you're on that, as long as you keep that there. So trust me, try it, see what happens, especially in situations like this. This can be very, obviously very heavy. We've all been in them, right? So stop yourself a little bit, take a breath, be in quiet, and just listen for, you know, like what is being said to you about this? Is this something that you're hoping somebody else will just step up and give an apology for? Is it something that you need to handle? And once you do, there is this happiness that, you know, that will, oh, that's funny, that will come about for you, that you have the option of having happiness once these things are taken care of. But internally, it seems like there's something that's kind of going around and around, and it's about to pop. The pressure's building. Probably address it sooner than later. Interesting, signs and synchronicities. I usually go to the what's in the near future before I go to these, and I forgot this one was here. So I'm going to go ahead and, so if you take care of this within, you know, or you start to change your frame of mind and reference and start looking at things maybe from a different perspective. Okay, so this is cleansing, removing negativity. What does it say? Meditation. Oh, meditation, look at that. So meditation is that quiet. You need that quiet. You need those moments to, if you sit back and you listen for the answers in a feeling with a thought, that could be intuition for you, versus getting that confused with having your head go crazy again. So we all have the right answers. We all know the right answers that are within us. So this is in the near future, where it looks like by cutting karmic ties, by releasing, by handling this, getting out of this, this is going to use meditation and clearing your space, by removing negative people, removing negative situations, removing yourself from that is going to be able to allow you to get out of your head and start having that peace to be able to sit back and listen to intuition, so that very potentially you can learn your lesson, your karmic, tie your karmic lessons of this and not have to repeat it again. So, okay, so moving forward, I'm not going to pull any cards on that. That's pretty specific. I'm trying to get this done before goodness. Okay, so this is the same as this. Removing negativity, cutting ties, releasing, looks like leaving. So this is in the hopes and fears. Our hopes and our fears are the same thing, because what we hope for, we end up most of the time fearing when we get it. So I would say that maybe you hoped by leaving a job, leaving negativity, leaving for happiness, leaving situations or people, maybe leaving, geographically, maybe leaving these contracts. You're hoping for more happiness, or you're able now, you've done all this and you are leaving, in a good direction. You've redirected yourself, you've switched it, you flipped it, and you are heading in a good direction. Maybe you need to leave. And since it's across from here, I do think that since it's across here and it's in line with that guy, which is Thurisaz, I do think that a hope and a fear for you is leaving maybe this situation or whatever's happening here. But that by doing so, this happiness will come if you leave, like the betrayals. You say you're sorry, you give forgiveness, you receive forgiveness. I'm just giving all different types of seeds to plant, I guess. Cutting karmic ties, and you're finally able to leave and find, in the path and direction of finding happiness. Again, this is all personal for you. I am not going to dig for what everybody is dealing with, because you know what you're dealing with, and it's none of my business. I only bring you the read. I don't know what's under the cards. I don't know what the message is going to be about, but it's none of my business what y'all are dealing with. I'm just trying to give you some thoughts to put out there. But and I'd pull a card on this, but this is actually what this card is potential. So I'm saying, since she is leaving and she's walking that direction, you can't see it, but it's like that. I would say that by leaving and heading this direction, and I don't know what this card is, this will give you kind of an answer of maybe what that, because this is the potential final outcome spot in a normal Celtic read. This is all normal Celtic. And so, but just by chance, the blue and the blue match up here, and she is leaving in that direction. So by doing so, it looks like you have the potential. Oh, look at that. No way. Look at that. That's awesome. That looks like a good relationship. That looks like a good, that looks like that could be communication, open communication, conversation, because of all the blue. But if you have a twin flame or a soulmate or a life partner or, any type of relationship, this could be a relationship with somebody at work. This could be, I'm not going to pull on that, because that is a wonderful way to end whatever whatever that means. And you know what? This could be within yourself as well. This could be leaving to find yourself, and eventually it's going to bring you happier, more fulfilling, more open. You can see that it's so open in this, you know, in this card. More open, fulfilled relationships with people, whether it be coworkers or bosses or spouses or friends, you know, family, whoever. But it looks like this week, that's a beautiful way to end. That is a potential final outcome for you by facing this potential block, because the hopes and the fears is a block area. So leaving or going towards something, and y'all know whatever the situation is for you, by doing so, that is going to take you to your twin flame or your soulmate or better relationships or open communication or something that is positive. And then you are able to leave all this behind because you have learned your lesson and you've cut the ties according, you know, or somebody's done that with you, and this is what they're dealing with, or they're dealing with this with somebody in their life. But the general message is this, and it looks like it, you know, this could have ended bad, and I'm glad it didn't, but because would have been eating crow. I wouldn't have known what to say, because the advice looks like, you know, like releasing and cutting. It looks like that's something that you needed to do, and talk about things and release this pressure. Cry your eyes out if you have to. Remove negativity. Forgive yourself. I mean, the last word that I'll say is, you know what? Life is not about being at where you've strived for ever. It really isn't. It's about the in-between of what did you learn, how did you grow, and then the end destination is like your reward for hard work or for choosing a good path or making good choices. So anyways, Aries, if you like the video, if you wouldn't mind liking, pushing the thumbs up button, and if you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you as my as part of my soul family. So have a good week. Hang on, you'll get through this. It's, you know, it looks good. So that's your message for this week. And I think the date is January 23rd through we'll just take it through the 31st. So anyways, good luck, Aries, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.